All right, so for today's worksheet, we're using ratio tables to solve problems. We've got a variety of different problems on our paper, and with all of them, we can use our understanding of ratio tables. So our first problem is a multi-select problem. 24 girls, we've got, in sixth grade, there are 24 girls for every 18 boys, and we want to know which of these statements are true. Select all that apply. So we know our ratio is girls to boys, 24 to 18, thinking about understanding. So I'm going to set up a ratio table for this. I'm going to set up girls to boys is 24 to 18. And so if I try to see if this is true, I'm going to use my table to see if it works. So 6 girls to 1 boy. All right, well, let's see what happens when I'm going from 24 to 6 girls. To get to 6 girls, I'm dividing by 4. Well, if I divide by 4 here, will I get 1? No. So this cannot be true. All right, so let's look at the next one. Girls to boys, 24 to 18. Is it true that there are 8 girls to 6 boys? So to get to 8, I'm dividing by 3. So let me divide by 3. And I get 6. So yes, that is true. Boys to girls is 12 to 9. Let's see. Girls to boys, 24 to 18. Boys, 12. Girls, 9. Is there a way that we can multiply or divide both by the same thing? No, this was flipped. 12 girls to 9 boys works. 9 girls to 12 boys does not. 4 to 3 is girls to total. All right, 24 girls. How many total students are there? There's 24 and 18. We have 42 total. So that would be 24 to 42, girls to total. 24 to 42. Is that equivalent to 4 to 3? Divide by 6 to get 4. Divide by 6 to get 7. The ratio of girls to total is actually 4 to 7. So that is not true. 9 to 21 is boys to total. 42 total. We've got 18 boys. Boys to total, 18 to 42. Is that 9 to 21? To get to 9 boys, I'm dividing by 2. So I have to divide the total by 2, 21. Yes, so B and D are our correct choices. So I gave you a sneak peek to the answer. Let's talk this one through. So we've got a ratio table, relationship between X and Y. Ratio tables are all about relationships. From X to Y, from Y to Y, from X to X. Lots of different ways we can look at this. My thinking is always to simplify ratios, because if I have a simple form, then I can work with other numbers. So if I were solving this problem, I would first simplify this 6 to 10. And I know that 6 and 10 are both divisible by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then I can use 3 to 5 to help me out with the rest. So I see that I'm given 15 for X, and I'm trying to figure out what this other part of the ratio is. What's this Y? So again, patterns and reasoning. If I look from 3 to 15, what's happening? 3, to get to 15, I'm multiplying by 5. To find my equivalent ratio, if I multiply X by 5, I also need to multiply Y by 5. So my missing number would be. So now I'm also trying to figure out now what's this missing X. I have a few options here. I can look back to this 3 to 5 relationship and then look at this missing in the 45. Because I can solve what's happening when I get from 5 to 45. 5 to get to 45, I'm multiplying by 9. I multiply by 9, multiply by 9, and so I have 27. We talk a lot about multiplying and dividing. We can also think about adding in a different way. So if we look 25, we add 20, we get to 45. We have to think about what do we add on the other side. We have to keep the proportional relationship. So if I look here, when I add 20, I add 12. So if I add the 20, I add 12, and I get 27. All right, this is the last one we're going to do together. Again, seeing how we can use ratio tables to solve our problems. I want you to try this one on your own, on your paper, and then I'm going to give you the answer. So try number 3, pause the video, try number 3, and then unpause it when you're ready to see how we can do this. So I've got 3 steps that I always use when I'm solving ratios. I think, what are we comparing? What's the ratio? How am I going to set it up and solve? Cheryl bought 4 pints of ice cream for $10. How much would it cost for 6 pints of ice cream? What's being compared? Pints, the number of pints, to the cost. What's compared? What's the ratio? 4 pints to $10. What do I want to know? How much it would cost for 6 pints. Now, I've got my ratio table set up. What I notice is that I don't know how to get from 4 to 6. I know I'm adding 2, but then I don't know what to add here. I don't know if I can't multiply to get to 6. So what I'm going to do, my strategy is always find the unit rate. Let's find out how much for 1 pint. And if we find out how much for 1 pint, then we can find how much for 6 pints. So now that my ratio table is set up, I know that I'm going to try to get the unit rate and then get to 6. What's happening to go from 4 to 1? I'm dividing by 4. So on the other side, I need to divide by 4. 10 divide by 4. 4 times 2 is 8. I have 2 left over. I want to keep solving. I'm going to solve with tenths place. 5, 20. Thinking about money, we know this is $2.50. So if it's $2.50 for 1 pint, now what am I doing to get from 1 to 6? Multiplying by 6. So I multiply by 6. $2.50 times 6 pints. 12, 13, 14, 15. $15 for 6 pints. Go ahead, finish number 4 and number 5. This is going to go into the classwork section of your binder when you're done, and we'll go over those 2 answers. You got this.